morning, everybody. Today we will present about a case study relating to copyright law. Our group members include Cao Xuan Khanh, Tran Duc Minh, Tran Hanh Nga, Nguyen, Trang, and Ngo Anh Tuyet. Our presentation will include three main parts. The first one is the key contents of case study, following by case study analysis, and the final part will answer the case study's questions. Let's get started with the case study. The case study named The Pirate Bay, Searching for a Safe Haven is in page 611 in the textbook. The Pirate Bay, aka TPB, is one of the world's best known and most popular pirated music and content sites for over a decade. They offer free access to millions of copyrighted songs and thousands of copyrighted Hollywood movies, television shows, and video games. Unfortunately, TPB was sued for providing free and unrestricted copyright content such as music, videos, TV shows, and other digital contents. According to TPB claims, TPB is search engine like Google and Bing. Thus, they are irresponsible for any content, even ones protected by copyright laws, found on their search list, and they did not violate Swedish copyright law that in general unjustly interfere with the free flow of information on the internet. The second claim of TPB is that it is a commercial enterprise that gain most of their revenue from advertising. Despite of advocating free spread of culture, TPB did not encourage, incite, or enable illegal downloading. However, according to the Swedish court declaration, TPB's four founders were guilty of violating Swedish copyright law because they had been aware of the fact that copyrighted material was shared with the help of their site. The defendants were engaged in a commercial enterprise, therefore they were encouraging visitors to violate copyrights to make money. First, TPB had to pay a fine of $3.5 million, and TPB founders sentenced each to 1 year in prison. However, TPB appealed the court judgment and has not paid any fines. The following movement in 2011, including TPB moving its servers into caves in Sweden, dispersing multiple copies of its program to other countries, and continuing to try to operate by hopping from country to country. However, in 2014, four co-founders were arrested. The firm's financial resources ran dry and they finally declared bankruptcy. In 2015, TPB was shut down. However, in 2016, they returned to the top spot among sites. They became the largest video streaming site that allowed users stream pirated content directly from their browsers. In response to TPB's action, the music industry, who is directly infected by TPB's actions, was and will be giving solutions and business models to eliminate TPB, as well as record companies have brought a solution that they have licensing deals with technology platforms. Now, welcome to our case study analysis. So the first question is, what is P2P file sharing? File sharing is a software based on peer-to-peer, aka P2P technology that allows the files to be transferred between communicating computers. There is no central computers in the network based on this technology when computers are 1 meter away from each other. Another P2P technology used for file sharing is the software and file transfer protocol called BitTorrent. This software is used to divide a digital file into different segments and give them a mathematical number known as a hash total, and to create a torrent file. Basic knowledge of P2P and BitTorrent is needed to understand the direct work of the Pirate Bay platform. Now, what is the evidence of prosecutors in the case of TPB? Well, according to the district prosecutor, the aiding and uttering refer to the fact that the defendants, through the file sharing service, provided either with opportunity to upload torrent files to the service, provided either with a database linked to a catalog of torrent files, provided the opportunity for others to search for and download torrent files, and also provided the functionality with the assistance of which individuals wishing to share files with each other and could contact each other to the file sharing service tracker's functions. Prosecutor Håkan Roswa pointed that the Pirate Bay servers were located in Sweden, therefore this file-sharing platform was subject to Swedish law, and that those from other countries using this platform should be the subject to Swedish jurisdiction as well. In addition, the prosecutors also asked that the Pirate Bay should not be classified as a service provider to obtain the status of common carrier, which under the Supreme Court's ruling they are not protected by the safe harbor provisions offered to the service provider. The evidence of the Pirate Bay are as follows. Defense lawyer Per E. Samuelson pointed out to the court that file-sharing services can be used both legally and illegally. He argues that it is legal to offer a service that can be used in both legal and illegal way according to Swedish law. Another defense attorney, Jonas Nilsson, stated that the individual internet users who use the Pirate Bay service must answer for the material they have in their possession of the files they might share with others. Our analysis is that, to recap, the Pirate Bay was created controversy among those who support and those who do not support the P2P file sharing model. It is true that according to the Sweden copyright law, the verdict on the Pirate Bay case was not based on this law, but on pure assumption of the court. There is no evidence that the Pirate Bay defendants created this platform with the intention of facilitating infringement. Also, the initial accusation of privacy was not valid either because the Pirate Bay did not copy and copyrighted material, which, according to the Sweden copyright law, in order to commit piracy, one has to copy the material. Therefore, even though the verdict indicates otherwise, other platforms like Facebook and YouTube are protected by the same provisions. Millions dollars in restitution to the plaintiffs or Swedish division of major record firms like Warner Music, Sony, and EMI Group among them. Question 2. How was TPB managed to continue operating despite being found in violation of copyright laws? The firm moved its servers into caves in Sweden and dispersed multiple copies of its programs to other countries. TPB has continued to try to operate by hopping from country to country, moving to Saint Martin, to tiny Ascension Island, to Peru, and then back to Sweden. TPB has developed a Firefox-based browser it calls Pirate Browser that uses the Tor network and allows users to bypass ISP filtering and access blocked websites. TPB is developing a P2P BitTorrent browser application that will let its users distribute and store the site and others on their own computers without having to access central host. It also plans to develop separate television, music, and movie sites, all in an effort to make it even more resilient than it has been. Question 3. How was the music industry reacted to the problems created by the pirates like TPB? The music industry has drastically changed its business model and decisively moved towards digital distribution platforms. The music industry employs a number of different business models and online delivery platforms, including Apple iTunes pay-per-download model, subscription models, streaming models, and now music in the cloud. In each of these new media delivery platforms, the copyright owners, record companies, artists, and Hollywood studios have struck licensing deals with the technology platform owners and distributors like Apple, Amazon, and Google. That's the end of our presentation. Thank you for your listening. In our final parts of the presentation, we will answer the case studies questions. Question 1. Why did TPB believe it was not violating copyright law? What did the Swedish court rule? Well, TPB hold a strong belief that they did not violate Swedish copyright laws, and in any event, Swedish law is the only one that should be applied. However, the first Swedish court in Stockholm declared TPB's 4 founders guilty of violating Swedish copyright law and sentenced it to 1 year in prison and payment of $3.5 million in restitution to the plaintiffs or Swedish division of major record firms like Warner Music, Sony, and EMI Group among them. Question 2. How was TPB managed to continue operating despite being found in violation of copyright laws? The firm moved its servers into caves in Sweden and dispersed multiple copies of its programs to other countries. TPB has continued to try to operate by hopping from country to country, moving to Saint Martin, to tiny Ascension Island, to Peru, and then back to Sweden. TPB has developed a Firefox-based browser it calls Pirate Browser that uses the Tor network and allows users to bypass ISP filtering and access blocked websites. TPB is developing a P2P BitTorrent browser application that will let its users distribute and store the site and others on their own computers without having to access central host. It also plans to develop separate television, music, and movie sites, all in an effort to make it even more resilient than it has been. Question 3. How was the music industry reacted to the problems created by the pirates like TPB? The music industry has drastically changed its business model and decisively moved towards digital distribution platforms. The music industry employs a number of different business models and online delivery platforms, including Apple iTunes pay-per-download model, subscription models, streaming models, and now music in the cloud. In each of these new media's delivery platforms, the copyright owners, record companies, artists, and Hollywood studios have struck licensing deals with the technology platform owners and distributors like Apple, Amazon, and Google. That's the end of our presentation. Thank you for your listening.